Hey, what's up, everybody? It's nowonshall. Today, I'm going to be doing a little bit of different of a video. I'm doing my perspective as a content creator in Star Trek Fleet Command. And the good and bad and the adversities I faced during the game. I might get a little more emotional toward the end of this video because yeah. So I started this game back in November of 2018 when it originally launched for most of us. And at first, I wasn't really in the game. The first month, I was not brought into it. I was just playing on occasion at work, and it kept my mind busy. It wasn't really like that out there. So I was in Alliance the whole time, and it wasn't really that big of an alliance. It wasn't really many talking people in it. It was just one of those ones you joined when you actually first started the game, and it was basically dead. And then probably a month or two down the line, probably January, February maybe, I was messing with one guy in Pajem. No, it's not Pajem. It was what was it? It was under Pajem. Let me look at it quick. Let's see. Let's go all the way down on my map. I'm all the way far out. So I was in Doska. I was messing around in Doska, and I was fighting over a mine with one of the guys from EXO Sith Lord. I didn't know him at the time. I was just fighting him because I wanted the mine. And he just kept popping me back, because he's a persistent little bugger. And one day, I get a message from him in game. I'm like, I didn't know who it was. My mind already blanked out who it was. Those little squabbles at the beginning were non-memorable, I would say. And it was from him asking if I wanted to join EXO. I decided to take it. Probably one of the best decisions I made in the game. Because I met a good group of people there who pulled me in the game, who actually engaged me in the game and talked to me in the game, which was big for me. Because I was dealing with a lot at the time, and it was nice to actually meet people willing to talk to me, willing to just be themselves and let me be my weird self if I can be. Because I can be an oddball and I can say random things. It happens in game or even in real life. On stream, not as much, and as videos, not as much, because I can control how I speak and who I am. It's not a facade this on screen, but it's just a little more tamed down version of me. Oh, yeah, sorry to mention. Before that, when I was in that other alliance, it was no man's land. No one was there. I actually was raided. My first time ever getting raided in the game. And really last time I've gotten raided without my own knowledge. Like, without me saying, okay, come get the stuff. And I've only done that one time, too. And I had about 2 million dill. Yeah. And the day when I was level 15, 2 million was a lot. I just finished all those combat missions. All those missions that belonged in that one. And I was happy. I had my jelly. I was killing things. And yeah, one day when I was going to work, I had my phone up on my dashboard. And I really had no paid attention to it. I didn't know shielding. I didn't know shielding mechanics. I was a noob. I was a complete noob back then. And I was raided for 2 million dill. I get to my work, I look at my phone, and boom, I'm zeroed out. I was devastated. I was completely devastated at level 15 to be raided. Because my smart butt didn't read those things like, do you want to go 15? Do you want to do this? I was devastated at the time. And let's fast forward back to EXO. When I was EXO, I moved up the ranks a little bit. Because I was active, I always helped people, I was always there helping. And down the line, I became a Commodore. And I was always on. That's why they made me a Commodore. Because I always have this game client pulled up on my PC all the time. It's usually on my right monitor, but you guys, it's the left. And it's always sitting there. I'm always watching the game. I may not be playing the game, but I'm always watching it. Always watching chat. And that's why I'm mainly watching most of the time. And they made me a comm. I met a few cool people out of it. I made a lot of contacts in the game. A lot of good friends in the game. Well, then they were friends. And back then I told myself, hey, no, and you're not gonna attack your friends, and that's how it's gonna be. And I upheld it to it. Unless they were raiding my guys, and then I'd fight back. And down that line, I started to create my content around June, I want to say, was when I put my first video out for this, because my mom was in the hospital, and she had kidney failure and just a host of other things. She was in the ICU, and yeah, she had kidney failure. What else was there? She was going septic. Um, she had a urinary tract infection. She had a host of things. And one day they brought us in to the office, and they asked us like the whole shebang, like the death arrangements. How long do you want to have her on this? What do you want to do? What do you want to? It was like the most devastating day of my life. I had to do something to. I had to do something to focus myself on, and I focused myself on starting to create content because I saw Deuce's videos, I saw Americans, and my thoughts behind it was, dude, I just need something like someone to explain it to me simply. I don't want anything complicated. I don't want any of that. I just want to keep it simple. And that's why I started creating my videos, just so I could help you guys out, help you guys learn. That was my main goal, was creating content. It wasn't for the free stuff I get. It wasn't for any of that. And thank God, a few weeks or a week into, almost a week into it, once they gave us that like death sentence for my mom, they pulled the fentanyl off, and she came out of it. I was relieved, but she still had those host of problems. She was on dialysis, but she was starting to talk, starting to move, and it was starting to get better. And when my mom was in the hospital, I got a message from American saying, "Hey dude, I see your videos. Here's a link, man. Come to the content creator Discord." And I joined it. I met a good group of people there. A few I can call really close friends. Like Deuce. The dude's cool as heck. Sync. That man's always there for me when I need him. No matter what it is. He's always there. Fortis, he's a cool guy. He's really cool. And then we have DJ that came in recently. He's a good guy. Just needs to tone himself down once in a while. So that invite came, so that was kind of a relief during that process of like, I needed something to concentrate on because I thought my mom was going to die. Because they basically said she was. And I thought this would be later during the video, but it's not. Whew, my waterworks is starting to go. Yeah, so that progressed. And then I became the Admiral of EXO because one of the leaders was leaving. And I became a leader. I made one dumb decision. I hit a friend. I broke my own promise. And he created a war. It was a long war. And I just said I couldn't do anymore. I gave leadership to someone else because I couldn't handle the stress. I couldn't handle anxiety. I was already dealing with a lot. And for the past 2 years, I was already dealing with a lot. I didn't need more to add to it. Almost losing my mom. My ex-wife leaving me. And just a whole host of other things. I just didn't need that drama in my life. I didn't need just the drama. And I dropped down. I left the Alliance. I went to Borg. I met really good people there. I went with them. They helped me out. They intimidated me down. They just helped me a lot. So did Miss Bacon on another Alliance I was in a little before that. And then one day I get a message from one of the other Commodores from EXO. But she wasn't EXO anymore. He was LGN. Asking me, "Hey, no one. Would you like to join us? Come back to the family?" Because in my other alliances, I kind of felt a little alienated. And yeah, I felt a little alienated. So at that time, I was barely becoming a content creator. I was official NDA content creator. And that was the upside. That I wasn't sitting there blowing my money every freaking weekend. I was going through a lot of money. I'll show you guys the whole like breakdown of it when we get closer to the end of the video, just to show proof that I do spend a lot of money on this game. It's not all Scopely funded. And I get items in the game to help me learn about stuff so I can teach the rest of you guys things. And I play the game as a normal player. I don't change the way I play. I raid. The basic ways what I do is I raid. I defend my allies if they're getting raided. That's the extent of usually the PvP I go on, is raiding and defending. I do the events. I mine. and do PV. That's basically it. I try not to win events. I try not to do any of that. And that's it. I don't go beyond that. And then, so I came into LGN. I already had a few things. I helped them out as much as I can. I'm a real team player. I always try in the events. I always try, but I don't want to take first place. Never want to take first place in events. That's against my code. I won't do it. Sometimes I do it once in a while during a mining event because I'm mining G4. Because that gives you more resources. And I try to finish the event as fast as I possibly can because mining is tedious. And we all know that. So fast forward to more or less a month ago. December time. And I start to get invited to a big alliance. And I was already uneasy on it because a lot of those players that were in that alliance didn't like me just because I was a content creator. And one second. All right, sorry about that. My daughter walked in the room. So where did I leave off on? So they tried to invite me to an alliance that had people that didn't really like me already. They wanted to bring me in to kind of not let them alienate me or try to learn to get to know me and change the perspective instead of what I do. And I was tempted to move over there, but there's something telling me not to, because I already had a good team that felt like my home. And why would I change that? So I let the guy on for a few weeks thinking about it, like, should I go? Should I not? What should I do? And I decided to tell him no because his team, I'm not going to say what their team was, who they are, anything. I'm just not going to say that. They decided to look into my personal life, my personal records, my personal information, and snoop into my life and try to find as much dirt on me as possible to bring up and post in GC, post everywhere. Just because I said no to their alliance. What? And they're mad because I told them no, and I led a raid against them on one of their top dogs at like 2 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, I was in a raid. There's no lie about how I play the game. Let's look at my resources. Oops, wrong one. Let's look at my resources rated. Let me put my head back down. I'll just pull to the whatever. I'll show you in a second. So, as you guys can see, I'm 12th on my server at 2.6 million or billion resource rated. I've been a raider for the longest, and it's never to change. I have a limit where I raid. It's 100 million plus. I don't go anything smaller than that. I only raid big things. I don't raid small things. And they were upset. The guy quit the game. Wasn't my intention to make anyone quit, but his shield dropped, and I'm not going to say no to 5 billion resources. And so let's fast forward to the other day. So I'm told someone made a video against me. It wasn't put on YouTube. It wasn't put anywhere. It was put on a Google Drive off to the side, so only certain people could see it. He was making accusations about my resources. I usually try to hide my resources so people don't see them. I have no point of showing what I have in the game. I have a lot of uncommons. I have a lot of rares. That's not a lie. A lot of you guys have seen that. And then for my main of my resources, I maybe have 100 mil on each, maybe less on each one at this point. And yeah, that's it. So they decided to make a hate video on me. So I'm talking about my real life. One of my past experiences I had with the law. I got a DUI when I was 2 years ago at this point, because I was dealing with a tough time. I had major depression with my ex-wife leaving me, my grandma, my aunt dying, running into financial issues, job-related issues. So I was having a tough time in my life. I had to get out of the house. I made a mistake, and it happened. That's basically it. And they wanted to add more false accusations on it and bring up that I was an Uber driver and that I was still an Uber driver. Any smart person knows you can't be an Uber driver with a DUI. I've been an Uber driver for 5 years. It took too much of my personal life. All right, sorry about that. My daughter barged in again, of course. Yeah, so someone decided to do all that against me. And what gives anybody the right to do that to somebody over a, sorry my language, or a fucking video game? Seriously, what gives anybody the right to do that? What makes it right to do any of that? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I already have enough anxiety, stress in my life, and all that other shit in my life to deal with. And I'm stressed on a daily basis. I'm trying to find work. My unemployment ran out not even 7 months ago, or last month it ran out. And now I'm trying to find work like more frantically than I ever have, because I have bills to pay. I have everything to pay for my expenses, for my daughter and all that. And I have more to worry about. And yeah, the YouTube does help me a little bit a month. It doesn't really give me enough to get by. Maybe $200 a month I made out of this YouTube. And that's not enough to live in California. But from my past experience as a content creator, sorry, I brought it down there for a second. But as my past experience as a content creator to right now, I've had 90% good experiences through this program and through being a content creator, because I've met a lot of people, I've helped a lot of people, and that was my goal in these videos, was to help you guys out. It was to help you guys learn how to help you do everything. I wanted to help you guys because I get happiness out of actually making you guys happy, helping you guys learn, doing as much as I can to help. I get PMs on a daily basis. I get everything. Talking to you guys. I love to do it. Some days I might not sound like I want to talk because my depression and anxiety are taking a hold of me and I just want to shut down and not talk to anybody. It happens a lot. But this stuff is for you guys. I do everything for you guys. The learning, the process, everything. Like I told you, the game's always open. I'm always trying to learn something, always trying to do something, and I'm always trying to help you guys learn. That's always going to be my goal. I know this video is probably like almost 20 minutes long at this point. And yeah, it was just something I need to get off my chest. There's another one I want to do that's supposed to be like on depression and anxiety in video games and bullying and stuff like that. I want to do later down the line. I have a microphone or a lapel mic. I have an independent recorder. I have a 4K camera that I've had from the past that I want to get some use on. And then I want to record an intro video where I'm standing up against my green screen and just do an intro video talking about my channel. I'm going to release this out to my members first, and then a few days later it's going to be to the mass of the public. I want to show this to my members first and see what the reaction are. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I need to interrupt this last part of the video before I end my last part. I said I was going to show you on what I spent in the game. For first references, let's go here first. Let's go to the side just to show that was me. That was in my 20s. And here is, let's see, let me zoom in a little more so you guys can see. So I'm showing the expenses I've had on the game just to show that I've spent money on the game. And I'm showing you the dates, the times, everything. December alone, I spent like $1,900 in the game. And then you can see I spend money in the game. I could go for a while. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can fast forward through this. I spent a lot in the game. In April, March, February of 2019. January of 2018, December 2018. So that's when my first purchase was. December 18th of 2018 was my first purchase. Alright, back to my old self. Alright guys, it's nowonshall signing off. I know this is a long video. Thank you for staying this far and listening. Alright guys, stay positive and have a wonderful day.